Hi everyone and welcome to the cookery. Today we'll be having Miss Peyton teach you some delicious and easy treats to make. Today we're going to be making some banoffee pies, some spiced apple cider tea, and a Wimbledon strawberries and cream. These are some delicious and easy desserts that are great for single serves, or you can keep in your refrigerator, which will really help those caregivers out. We hope you enjoy. So to start out, we're going to make banoffee pie. I've got everything prepped and ready to go. We're going to start with the graham cracker crust, which is the base of the pie. Instead of doing one whole dish, we're going to do it in little mini cupcake pans. I've got it prepped and ready to go over here. I've got my oven prepped and preheated. So to start, I've got my graham crackers blended to almost like a fine powder. My butter is melted, so I'm just going to pour in the butter. And then we are going to just kind of mix it all together until it is easily incorporated and it is just a fine crumble, or kind of like a paste, sort of. Almost there. Maybe. Okay. So it'll look kind of like this, just kind of crumbly. And we're going to take our cupcake dish. This is a half recipe, so it should make about 12. And take about a little less than a spoonful in each. A lot. So the banoffee pie actually originated from Great Britain, I believe. Ooh. It's okay to make a mess. It's totally fine. Okay. Now that those are all filled, we are going to take that spoon and just kind of press it all down. Make sure it's packed in there pretty good. A little bit more to this one. Okay. And then once you have these crusts ready to go, they're going to bake in the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes. And these are in aluminum foil liners. Oh, move that guy out of there. They're gonna look like this, pretty pressed down in there. And my oven is at 350 degrees. All right. And while that is going, we're going to prep the bananas and then the whipped cream to go on top. All right. So your bananas are going to be the easiest part. So just gotta peel them all the way down. And then we're just going to slice them pretty thin. Just want to make sure that you've got enough for each little cup there. And if there's extras, you can eat them.
This half recipe does call for about 1 to 2 bananas. So we're going to go ahead and cut up 2. Okay. This one. Okay. And 2. Okay. So those are cut up now. We're going to set them off to the side. There. And we're going to go ahead and prep the whipped cream. So we've got our powdered sugar measured out, our heavy cream, and our vanilla. Outlet. I didn't know there was one down there. I'll go right here. Okay. All right, so we've got a cup of heavy cream, so we're going to pour that in. We've got a fairly large mixing bowl with just how much it expands. We're going to add in our powdered sugar. Probably about half of it to start because it will make a mess. A fairly large mess if you put all of it in. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of the spatulas we brought over. And scrape it down off the sides. Incorporate it a little more just so the mixer's not doing all the work. Now we're going to add in the rest of our powdered sugar. And the half teaspoon of vanilla. If I'm at home, I usually just kind of eyeball it. Adds a little extra flavor. We're already making a mess. And that's totally fine. I'm going to mix it in there a little better. And if you end up having the stand mixer instead of a hand mixer at home, it's perfectly fine. It works just as good. set that there for now. Scrape down the sides. Get in rest of that powdered sugar that the mixture can't really get itself. Mix it again, and then we can finish whipping it up in the rest of the way. Okay. Now this is a thicker heavy cream or whipped cream recipe. It'll just hold its shape a little better. Looks kind of like cream cheese. Okay. We're gonna go and check on our little cupcake tins. All right. I forgot an oven mitt. There we go. Can I just sit on the counter? Oh, yeah. All right. Once they're kind of golden brown around the edges, and when you can kind of tell they're done. And while that cools, we are going to start, excuse me. Let's see. So we can start on the spiced apple cider. That also has to rest for about 10 minutes. So we'll get started on that. Pop this in the fridge for now. Never mind. Okay. I'm gonna start on this. And I've got everything measured out that we need. So to start, again, this recipe is halved as well. I've got my 16 ounces, which is 2 cups of apple cider. And we are going to turn it on to maybe turn it on low. Just so it starts to heat up. And then we're going to add our star anise, which we're just going to require half of one. 4 cinnamon sticks. All right. And then we're going to juice 3 oranges. Got a handy dandy juicer. If it'll fit. These are made to fit more of a lime and lemon kind of deal, but it works. Again, this might be a little messy. Ooh. Now, spice cider originated in the England area. It is also called wassail. Um, it is usually made to be an alcoholic drink, drink after like a Viking tradition. It is very good, very delicious. It's a perfect holiday drink. Kind of warms the soul a little bit. All right, last one. Okay. Now that is going to simmer for, let me make sure I did it right. All right, yep, that is going to simmer for about 10 minutes. And then once it starts coming to a boil, then we will add the 4 tea packets that we have. So we'll set these off to the side. I'm gonna wash my hands. So while that is coming to a slight boil, we're going to start on our third recipe. Set that out of the way. We're gonna start on the Wimbledon strawberries and cream. It is a fairly quick and easy recipe. Bring this on over. Okay. So we've got our strawberries. A pretty little glass for presentation. So I think first we can start off with the heavy cream. This one's not going to be as thick. It's kind of a lighter heavy cream or whipped cream. So we've got a half cup of the whipped cream, heavy cream, and then an eighth of a cup of powdered sugar. And also our quarter teaspoon of vanilla. Since it's a smaller batch, it's easier to mix together. Cooled off. Let me set that out of the way. Walk all over the place for you guys. These back. Okay. It'll take a while. We're getting there. Okay. Make sure all of it's off. Okay. You want it at like a medium peaks. A little more stiff, but not soft, so soft where it's just going to completely collapse when you pipe it on. So next, got our strawberries. They are already washed, so we're good to go there. That extra water out. All right, so we are going to quarter the strawberries. You're going to want to cut off the end. 1 and 2. Two. 1, 2. So this is probably enough strawberries here. We'll save these last 3 just in case we do end up needing more. We'll toss in the sugar and mix it around. We're gonna let that sit for a few minutes. And then while that is going, put it. See a piping bag laying around? Where did I put it? I had a tip in it. Where in the world did I put it? Where it's not supposed to go. Thanks. Okay, so I've got my piping bag with a 1M piping tip. This is the most common piping tip you can find. Just gonna scoop that in there. Try not to make another mess. Okay. Get that out of the way. Or just push the icing down. Twist it. I'm gonna set it there for now. You're going to, this is a super simple, easy recipe. Just gonna scoop in some strawberries. layer. More strawberries. Oops. That one that fell on the cutting board. Okay. We're gonna add in rest of the whipped cream. Beautiful. So there you have a Wimbledon strawberries and cream. And last strawberry. Okay. Try to consolidate a bit. Now this is starting to heat up a bit. Okay. We're gonna come back to our Bonfi pies. So now that we have the little tins and the graham cracker crust ready to go, I'm going to take our bananas. Oh, nope. Don't listen to me. We're going to take our dulce leches. You can either buy it in a can or make it yourself. Both are fairly simple. So we're going to, I'm actually going to get a little spoon instead. You're just going to, it'll come off. Pop. Doesn't want to come off. Maybe. It might be really complicated. Just to kind of spread it around. But it is still a super simple recipe to make. Oh my goodness. Just gonna dollop a little bit on each and then spread it out later. And these, as long as they're stored correctly, can last up in the fridge for about 5 days. But they probably won't make it to 5 days with how delicious they are. Now that that's ready, we can kind of spread it out. Spread it out. Ooh. Getting there. It's okay spreading the dulce leche. It doesn't look very pretty. It'll get covered by bananas. and whipped cream. Okay. So that is, oops. Let's spread that first one out a little more. Okay. So that's what they're kind of going to look like with the dos leches on first. Wash my hands so I can get that off. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and take our bananas. Just kind of pile them on there a little bit. 4 to 5 slices should fit perfectly. In there. The cider is heating up perfectly. Should have just enough bananas to finish it off. Beautiful. We're going to grab that whipped cream that we made earlier. Grab one more spoon. We're just going to kind of dollop it on there. Okay, and last one. Okay. So from the top, this is what the banoffee pies look like. Okay. Going back to the spiced cider. Smells delicious. Give that a little mix. And while that is still going, we are going to cut our apples. Take that stem off. Alright, so an easy way to cut an apple is if you quarter it, cut it one way, and then we're gonna cut it in half again, and again. And what you're gonna do is place it on one side, and then just kind of cut at a diagonal to get those seeds out. And then you can slice it from there. Go this way. Easy and simple. Okay, so we only need half an apple for this recipe. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and place our tea bags in here. So you're gonna take 4 green tea bags. Kind of place them in there. I'm gonna lose the battle against opening the tea bags. They're not my friend. There we go. Or untying them. Not my friend either. In the world. Yeah, last one. Perfect. Those are gonna soak. Not soak, but they're going to sit there for a couple minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and shut the heat off. Make it a little easier. I'm gonna tie the ends in a knot so I can pull them all out at once. Maybe. Maybe. These are not my friend today. There. Just gonna let those soak for a couple minutes. In the meantime, I've got my glass ready. I grab a ladle. Ladle. All right, so the tea bags are done. Let's take the ladle. I'm gonna pop them over here. Same with the spatula. And then I've got my glass here. Try not to get the star anise in it. And I did forget to mention that the Banfi pies do need to refrigerate for 2 hours before eating, just to kind of set up rest of the way. I'm gonna get these out of here. All right. Scoop rest of it out. Or I'll make a mess instead. Get one more out. I did make this at home a couple years ago, and it is super easy. Some people actually put it in a crock pot, and it works just as well. So there's that. And we're going to throw in a few apple slices. Oops. Or I'll break it. And there's your spiced apple cider as well.